afternoon all. Myself Ram. I know that it's a very difficult session after lunch, so I'll try to make it short and sweet in such a way that I'll try to make it interactive also. So I'll run through the presentation, and in case any specific questions you have, I'm open to answer for that. So today the topic, I want to make it more relevant in terms of the digitization of payments and collections. I know that today in NBFC, whether it's a big NBFC or an MFI, whatever it is, the size, the first and foremost is the collection module. So when I say collection, I segregate collections into two pieces. One is initiating or setting up a periodic installments, which is we call it as a mandate registration or whatever it is, and the transaction processing. So two parts are very important things. So each NBFCs or MFIs having their own strategy of doing it across according to the size and according to the relationship with the bank. So from Montran, what we are trying to do is we are trying to give a solution in such a way that it makes you more convenient in terms of what you want to do or how you want to do. You can customize yourself. That's the thought of the collection process. On the payment side, so today you know that digitization is the biggest topic happening across the India. Digital India is one of the greatest drive which is happening with the guidance of the central government. So when I say disbursement, the customers are more demanding. There are more and more NBFCs around. So how are you going to place yourself? How are you going to position yourself in terms of the customer service? When I say a disbursement, so the traditional disbursement is during the banking hours. Can we think of a disbursement during a non-working hours, on a holiday, or can I even say 24/7? That's the thought process of the disbursement. So one of my client, so I'll tell the client name over a period of the presentation. They successfully implemented this from last January. They are doing it very well. So I would show the success story here. So if some of the NBFCs would like to take it up, it will be very good actually. I feel that in terms of customer service and also in terms of increasing the business for the NBFCs. So let me talk about Montran. So Montran is actually a 40-year-old young company. So I would say we specialize ourselves in payment industry. We are basically an US-based organization. We started ourselves in 1979, and we work only on payments. That's our specialization area. So all our clients are from BFSI, predominantly banks and NBFCs. In India, we've been there for the last 5 years. We started ourselves from 2013. So some of the key clients which I would say today, the RTGS system of Reserve Bank of India is Montran application. So we've been there for the last 5 years with that. And the other one is the path-breaking National Automated Clearinghouse, NACH solution. That is also Montran application. These are the two big digital drive which is happening in India is running on Montran application. Apart from that, we have 4 development centers across the globe. In India, Mumbai, we have one. Apart from that, in New York and Quito, Ecuador, and Cluj, Romania. These are the other 3 development centers. Apart from that, we have a 2 sales office. And in terms of central application, when I say central applications like RTGS, ACH, instant payments, across the globe, we have 50+ installations, which are comprising of Asia, Africa, Middle East, and the European countries, also the American continent. In terms of overall, we do have a commercial bank applications, which overall 120+ installations across the globe. So our customers, I'll just tell you who are the customers in the coming up slides. You can see it shows the creditworthy of the Montran with respect to payments area. So in India, we have specialized ourselves. So these are some of the solutions which we give in India for banking clients. If you see, there are interface. We call it as a middleware or an interface solution. So RTGS, NEFT, NACH, SWIFT, the last one, IMPS, PFMS, which is for all the government-related payments for subsidies, UPI interface, and also Bharat Bill Payment System. So these are some of the solutions which we give specifically as a package to my clients. And it's an option for the clients whether they can take in as a consolidated payment engine or maybe they can go by the module-wise. Coming to this forum, the corporate, I would call it as an NBFC. These are the specific products which focused for NBFC segment. One is called GPS Corporate, which is the combination of both collections and the payments module. Then we have a collections exclusive module. Some customers of mine have taken only the collections piece where the mandate management and the transaction processing. Then the virtual account management where today the virtual accounting where the smart card or whatever prepaid cards and to manage those things, virtual account management is one of the key where the school collection fees or something like that, which can be used in this. This is one of the international product which we position ourselves into in India. So this is a very value add for any corporates who are involved in the smart items. On the disbursements, as I said, it's one of the key factor in terms of disbursement. We are 24/7. We are using my application. You can do disbursements via IMPS UPI 24/7. Then the intraday liquidity manager, which is nothing but a treasury solution, where one-stop solution for all the treasury, fund management, balance maintenance, across the banks, across the accounts, you can manage it across. That's one of the international solution which has been customized for India also, which is successfully getting implemented as part of my payment engine across the banks. They are finding it, the treasury operations team, they have been given a feedback saying this is one of the robust solution which gives instantaneous positioning across all times during the banking hours. API mandates. So you might be knowing that NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India, has come out with e-mandates. So one of the variant is the API mandates, where a mandate can be authenticated instantly. So we also developed a solution for this and got certified by NPCI. This solution makes NBFCs more comfortable in terms of authenticating a mandate. So today, I've been hearing some of the discussion in the morning. So there are lots of fintechs contributing in NBFC, where the processing of loans, credit, everything is happening in a Ziffy. It's happening in a very quick and faster way. But today, the mandates alone still paper. So I've been interacting with lots of NBFC. They say, I automated all the solution except for my mandates. Still, I have to take a pen, paper, sign. It has to go and get it authenticated. This API mandates will help all NBFCs to automate that paper-based process also. So even today, that process is partially done. So you sign it, somebody has to scan and send it across to the other bank, get it authenticated. This API mandates is going to be like a payment gateway, where customer himself can authenticate the mandate right at your office or even at his home. Like how you purchase a good from a Flipkart or Amazon, where he can himself set his mandates, or NBFC can send a bit link by filling all the details to him. He just have to verify everything, say okay, by putting his credentials, either using internet banking, ID password, or maybe using his debit card credentials. That's the logic. NPCI has come out with the path-breaking one, where this is going to do a game changer. Today, as we speak, some 10-15 banks are already live. Bigger public sector banks like SBI, Bank of Baroda, Central Bank of India are on the final stages of going live. So this is going to be a game changer in terms of setting up a mandate registration, which help for the repetitive collection payments. So these are some of the clients, if you can take globally, these are my clients. In India, Bajaj Finserv is one of my big NBFC, apart from the Jana and the AU Small Finance. They're also using my application. So when I talk about this Digitisation, there's going to be a case study of Bajaj Finserv, where they did both the collection and mandate management as well as the disbursement part. So let me get into the functional architecture of the solution. So this is what the Montran participant solution or a corporate solution, where the left side, if you see, I say who are the use cases, or maybe the corporates can use it, NBFCs, mutual fund houses. So I would rather say whomsoever require a repetitive payments on an ad hoc basis or on a monthly basis, they can opt for this solution. So what are the things this solution can do? This solution can do an enrichment of data, it can do the payment processing, it can do the data management, it can do a customized reports according to you, internal as well as external regulatory reporting. It also do the customization according to the NBFC specifications, and it can do the routing of transactions. When I say routing, it can be various things. Say, for example, today, the transaction processing happening in a multiple way. For example, if you take an example of Bajaj also, so Bajaj has two types of transaction processing. One is registering a mandate with NACH, that's a traditional process, and direct debit arrangements, where you may have a tie-up directly with the bank, where you can send the transaction directly for getting processed. So all these things, my solution will become a one-stop shop. You can define it as a rule, and you can yourself can define. Whenever as a new bank comes, I'll give a front-end option, you can define yourself. That becomes, you become a self-sustaining techno-functional job, where you can yourself manage the collection processing very seamlessly. So when I say the settlement channels, we say multiple channels. One I said is the NPCI, then is the multiple banks, which is called as a direct debit arrangement, or the DD, NEFT, RTGS, whatever you want to collect the money. Except for cash, we have everything there. If some NBFC is looking for a cash, definitely we can think about the use case as well. On the functional architecture, that's what I said. So my system will become an end-to-end one single solution, where it can integrate with your back office solution. You may use any loan core banking system. From there, it can handle everything and it can talk. So that means my idea is this solution will become an interface between your payment channels and your back office channel. So when you initiate a loan booking from your system. From there, it takes the feed, do the mandate management, mandate initiation, send it across based on the rules, whatever you say, directly to NPCA or to the direct debit arrangement, get the response back. In case it gets rejected, what is the next step? Whether you can do a curing activity, what are the things? If it's a technical rejects, can I re-raise? All those things can be defined by yourself. That means you can define your process into the system and you can reduce the manual work. It will become an end-to-end automation. So for one of the client, when we started my application, he was only having some 50 lakhs of transaction. Today, after using the solution, he multi-folded his number of transactions. That when the effectiveness has become 2-fold, 3-fold per month. That means the ROI, I would say ROI, any investments which you make, definitely an ROI, definitely board of yours will ask. Definitely, I will ensure that this particular application will reduce the manpower cost and enhance your processing capabilities without enhancing your infrastructure with respect to manpower. So let's directly get into the product suite. So when I say collections, so what are the collections? The collection of bills. This is for utility companies. Loan repayments. This is predominantly for NBFCs. Insurance premiums, mutual fund SIPs, and so on. So what are the channels through which you can collect? NACH, which is the standard channel where you can set up the mandate and collect. Second one is a direct debit where you have a direct banking arrangement with a specific bank. If you have more than one bank will say, give me in this format, the other bank will say, give me in different format. For mandate registration itself, they may say, give me only data, one bank. The other bank say, give me data plus image. So according to the bank's choice, you can define it across from the front end by yourself. You don't have to depend on a solution provider. I'll give a solution in such a way that it can be configurable at your end. That's the USP of this product. Then the UPI. UPI 2.0 is something new has come up. My solution is ready to cater that, subject to the readiness of the other side of that. This is the process flow, which I explained that when a corporate initiate a transaction, what type of transaction, whether it's a NACH mandate or whether it's going to be a direct debit, it will go through the sponsor bank, if required a sponsor bank, or it can directly go to the bank, process it, get the response back, process it in my system, take a feed which needs to be updated in your back office system. The end-to-end processing will be taken care of by my application. So I will quickly move on to the other solution, which is the disbursement part. So what are the disbursement? So for NBFCs, loan disbursement. So that's a predominant. So as I said earlier, there are two types of disbursement method. Today, most of the NBFCs use a traditional disbursement during the banking hours, using either RTGS or NEFT, or some of them using NACH credit also. So today, using my application, you can make your disbursement process 24/7, because you know that the trend is getting changed, where customer expectations are bigger and bigger. They are thinking that if I am ready with my all documentation, with my credit score, why can't I get it immediately? So this will help in terms of, with a tough competition across the market, you can improvise it. So my system will help you to grow your business according to your needs. So this disbursement solution can support 24/7, and it also has the capability to support multiple channels like RTGS, NEFT, NACH, IMPS, UPI, and direct trade. So when I say, some of you might be asking this question, already I'm doing it with my bank, what it is? So for example, some bank may give a channel, they are already giving me why I want to take your solution. So today, you go to a bank and discussing thing that I want to do like this. But what is the format required? So the pricing for a particular transaction, according to the banking, it changes. So when you have a negotiation power in terms of, I give in a simple format, I can give a finished format to you, you just need to route it. So you can negotiate in a better way. My application has a capability to do your in-house processing and also the payment channel processing, which will give a huge bargaining power for you in terms of transactions, because there are more and more banks are coming. Now more and more payments banks are coming. So they may expect a finished product from the customer so that it can be, the turnaround time be much faster. So my solution will help you in terms of bargaining yourself with respect to, in terms of negotiation, in terms of a banking arrangement. So I will just quickly touch upon the e-mandates. So this is something new what NPCA is given. So my solution is now ready with NPCA certification in terms of what are the guidelines they said. So this will enable, so today traditionally any mandates to be done, you need to depend on your banker. Either you have to give a data or you need to give your physical mandate to him so that you'll scan and send it across. But this solution, the only solution currently available where you can directly interact with NPCA. So I am hosting this in a cloud environment where onboarding is much easier, simpler. Either you can have your direct page of mine or you can integrate through API calls, where customer himself at your branch or maybe at his home, he can authenticate his own mandates. This is going to be a path breaking and it's going to be a revolution. It's going to be waiting. So 2019-20, you can see a big change in terms of respect of API mandates. So quickly I'll run on the product highlights. This is one of the, we are having the infrastructure product across there in the NPC and RBI. We have extensive experience with respect to payment hub, so you don't have to worry in terms of understanding the payments. We are there. And it is a one integrated solution for both in-house as well as external processing. That's one of the USP, and it definitely have a best-in-class infrastructure. So this is something performance benchmark. I'm skipping it for time being because of time running short. Okay, and these are my NACH aspects. I have all the capabilities with respect to transaction processing and also mandate processing. So you name it, it is there inside in that. So some of the features I have is in terms of I support all type of NPC transaction type, and also I have the capability of bulk mandate upload. If you have an outsourcing agent where you can do a factory kind of thing, I still have an option where I can take process in a much effective way. And it has the capability of, you can do a factory one side, you can do a in-house, you can do all this kind of combinations you can do in terms of that. And it has all the host-to-host connectivity, it has a customized MIS and reporting system, and it can be easily accessed via thin client or a browser. It's very simple. So my application implementation is just a jiffy. It will be much easier to do that. In terms of technology, which is very important, I would like to say, mine is a platform agnostic. In terms of it can run, and it's actually one of the great in terms of it's a completely system independent. It can run on any hardware, IBM, Intel, HP, Sun, or even database if you see, Oracle, Postgre, DB2. If it's going to be open source also, we are ready to support. We have implementation across the globe. And it has a complete role-based security and PK-based two-factor authentication, because my application is completely secured and it has been certified by IS in various banks. So in terms of security, it's highly secured. So you don't have to worry much about it. In spite whether my application is in on-premise or it's going to be on cloud, the security-wise, there's no compromise. We take care of that. So as I said, it's a platform agnostic. It can run on any processor, it can run on any OS, it can run on any DB, or it can run on any application. So now the decision on NBFCs. The way they want, they can design. So some, they may say, I will go for open source. Yes, I'm there. Some may say that, no, I have my own policies. I can do the way we want. We can. So we are open for discussion in terms of any support required from our side. Maybe I'm not sure whether I have time. Or maybe if any questions, we can catch up in my stall is available. You can come and meet up. Thank you. Thank you so much.